the existence of seizure by equivalent value. When it's not possible to directly confiscate the illicit asset because perhaps it has been sold, it has been hidden, it can't be found, or it has been converted. In the European context, one can request seizure by equivalent value. That is, one proceeds with the confiscation with the seizure of assets of equivalent value belonging to the defendant. Seizure by equivalent value is widely used in economic and financial crimes, for example, in corruption, fraud, and drug trafficking. It therefore applies to movable assets, but especially to real estate, bank accounts, and company shares. If a typical example, if a politician receives a bribe of €500,000 but has already spent the money, the judge can seize other assets. They can seize the car, the property, for a value that is precisely corresponding. The reference legislation in this case is Directive 2014-42 of the European Union, which provides for the extension of confiscation to also include assets by equivalent value. This brings us to a quick and stylized mention, so to speak, a description of the seizure procedure among the states of the European Union. The European Union has created a system, as we were saying, of mutual recognition for seizures, eliminating the need for bilateral negotiations between member states. It's important that you remember this type of element because the need for bilateral negotiations between member states, on the other hand, is absolutely necessary in cases where these types of seizure or confiscation orders must be, for example, enforced outside the European Union, even if a specific bilateral international treaty exists. So they exist, for example, if I've hidden money in Dubai, it's not that they can't go and get it. A treaty exists, but everything won't be automatically fast and recognized. That is, my seizure order won't be enforced directly in Dubai, but in that case, it will be necessary to engage in bilateral negotiations because we are outside of a space, of a wide perimeter like that of the European Union. Mutual recognition fundamentally transforms the European Union into a single and united space of cooperation, akin to what is fundamentally a national territory. The phases of the procedure, what are they in the case of a seizure? So, the issuance of the seizure order. So, a judicial authority, for example, an Italian court, issues a seizure order. If the asset is in another EU state, a European seizure order is therefore issued, the famous ESO. So, the order is transmitted to the other EU state. The order